First, you need to start in your Google Drive and find the folder that you want to save your student conference names in. So I made a folder that just says practice. I'm going to click into the folder. There's nothing here, so I'm going to click New, Google Doc. This is where you'll name each Google Doc by your student name. Student 1. Then it should pop up. Create another one. I'm just going to create 4 mock students so we're not sitting here forever. And they should, I'm not sure why student 1 didn't say it. It should just go right into it. I must have did it too fast. So you're just creating a Google Doc for each student. If you do your stuff in groups, it might be better to do that. But this is the only time-consuming part. You will have to create a blank doc. Do not put anything in here. Alright. Why is it not popping up? So I'm actually naming the doc. You would use their names. Okay, so now I've created just 4 blank docs. Now you'll actually create your Google form. So New, More, Google form. This is where you will title it. Now you will need to get the add-on Doc Appender. If you do not have it, you'll click More, Add-ons, and then when you come right here to search, you'll search Doc Appender, and right here you'll actually click Add. I already have it, so it says Manage. Once you have added Doc Appender, you'll go to the puzzle piece, Add-ons, Doc Appender, and that's where you'll do it. So first I need to create my questions. I need a name, but here's where you need to do this. You need to click on the type of question, and you need to make it a drop down. This is where Doc Appender will take place. Then I'm going to add another question, and I'm just going to put strengths or type of conference, type of writing. I might make that a short answer. Then I'm going to make my kids' strengths. I would make that a paragraph. Weaknesses, however you'd like it, paragraph. So these are the type questions that will show up in my data sheet. So now that you have this drop-down menu, you have to make sure that the name is a drop-down menu. This is where I'm going to go to my add-on, Doc Appender. Open sidebar. You'll see Doc Appender over here. Then it's going to ask you to select your doc folder. This is where you're picking from the drive the folder that you created with all of the names where I had student 1, student 2, student 3. So right here, my practice with Doc Appender, that's where I have that. So I'm going to click it and click select. You double click, it does not work. Now your folder appears right here, and I'm going to click next. Select question. I'm clicking refresh list, and it is name. I'm going to click save and populate, and it will actually take where I had saved the docs, name student 1, student 2, student 3, student 4. This is where your doc names will come in. So where you put your names in the Google Docs from the beginning, that will appear. Doc Appender does this for you. Now I'm going to click next. This is where you will have this added to your form. I want to timestamp the name, type of conference, strengths and weaknesses. This is what I want to pop up on my data sheet. I do not want it in bulleted lists. I want it in a vertical table, or you can change it to horizontal. I'll show you the difference. So then you click Enable. So the changes have been saved. I'm going to exit out. Now I'm just going to preview it in live mode to show you how it works. So let's say I'm conferencing with student 1. This is a personal narrative. Their strengths are details. Their weaknesses is editing. Submit. It'll automatically go to submit another response, and that's where you will do your next conference. So I'm going to go back to my drive and show you where that went. So I did a conference with student 1, so I'm going to click on student 1, and it made it a table. Showed the timestamp, their name, the type of conference, and the things that I put in the form. It went straight to the doc. Now I'm going to show you what would happen if you made it horizontal. So when you go back to my add-ons, go back to Appender. I want to change the way my chart looks. Didn't like it. So it makes me save and populate again. Next. Now I'm changing it to a single horizontal table. Save changes. After the changes have been saved, I'm going to click preview again. I'm going to do it again with student 1. Fiction, editing, details. Submit. I'm going to go back to student 1. And now it added another table to the same doc. You'll have to actually physically delete this out if you don't like it. And this is what it looks like if you change the style. So I'm going to show you what happens whenever you submit another response. Student 1. It's going to show you what happens. Submit. Go back to student 1. And it added it to the same table. So now every one of your conferences with this student is going to appear in this table. Easy way to keep up with your data. You can print this out for any data meeting. It's a really awesome thing to do.